New Zealand comes with a reputation as a unique country, with its magnificent scenery unspoilt by crowds and pollution. Nelson, situated at the top of the South Island, is described in various travel guides as a thriving, bustling, go-ahead city, pleasant, bright and active, and with a population of 87,000, it doesn't suffer from congestion or widespread crime. It's surrounded by 3 national parks, has some of the finest beaches in New Zealand, and basks in more sunshine hours than any other part of the country. Within walking distance of Nelson city centre, you'll find the impressive buildings of Nelson College, the oldest state secondary school in New Zealand, founded more than 150 years ago. The Nobel Prize-winning scientist Lord Ernest Rutherford and 2 former New Zealand Prime Ministers are among its former pupils. Despite being steeped in so much history and tradition, the college is progressive in its approach to education.
This has always been a school that innovated and has had a proud tradition of innovation, whether it was the first school in the country to have an outdoor education centre or the first school to teach music. What a school like this brings to a boy in arriving at Nelson College is a sense of belonging immediately that is attached to tradition. But in being innovative, one, certainly in a leadership role, is looking at the needs of boys as they arrive, and they're changing as society changes. So we're always looking for not just curriculum but extracurricular activities that will better meet the needs of the boys.
Nelson College sits in 22 hectares of park-like grounds, all within 10 minutes walking distance of the city. It has 3 separate boarding houses and wonderful facilities for sport, science and the arts. Students learn best in a warm and friendly environment, and we're proud of the care and enthusiasm generated by our staff. Nelson College is a school in which students are happy, motivated to do well, and where they can learn skills for life.
New Zealand starts to signal that they're against it, New Zealand Test Ban Treaty.
The central element in the life of Nelson College is the classroom curriculum. We focus on identifying and bringing out the strengths of all pupils, in whichever field they may shine.
The loudness of this car alarm is 120 decibels. Okay, what did you find, Ben?
Okay, well, if you work out the first point where it equals 120 with the graph, passes to 120.
Academic achievement is the college's foremost priority. Students participate in the National Certificate of Educational Achievement Assessment Programme, or NCEA. There's also an opportunity to sit for and obtain university scholarships.
So again, what we're looking for is we take our quadratic and...
The college has one of the best academic performances at NCEA level anywhere in New Zealand, beating many of the top schools in Wellington, Auckland and Christchurch.
Well, they're the opposites of the 2 numbers within the brackets.
Opportunities are available to participate in a range of enhancement programmes in mathematics and English, technological and academic competitions, and extension programmes, such as future problem solving.
I will be needing care, and your generation, hopefully your taxes, will pay for some of that.
This is where students identify global problems and try to find positive and ethical solutions to those problems. Nelson College students are world leaders at future problem solving.
We've done really well in the last 10 years. We've managed to win national titles, which then mean we go to the States, and we've won 10 international titles in those last 10 years.
Nelson College understands that for many international students, getting to grips with the English language can be quite daunting.
How many people do you think came along? Jonathan?
I think there's 80 of us at Raby Island.
Help is on hand in the form of tuition in English for speakers of other languages, or ESOL.
When students first come to the school, we assess their ability to learn English. So we assess them in reading, writing, speaking and listening. And from there we look at where we're going to place them in the classes, how many ESOL classes they need, and whether they're going to need support in their mainstream classes as well. So we have small ESOL classes, and we also work in subject support. So we do some team teaching with classes for example in science or accounting or economics.
It has a lot of great teachers, and I want to continue doing my future problem solving. And also, I want to play rugby, and I know that this school has one of the best rugby teams in New Zealand.
The newly opened Rolling Centre houses the language departments, international students and a state-of-the-art computer suite for arts and graphics students.
What the subscription is for, do you think it's a little bit lost?
Yeah, I have kind of lost it because it's the style that I've chosen is really hard to show.
Students' artwork adorns the walls all around the college. Many of the pieces are inspired by the Nelson lifestyle and the students' impressions of New Zealand.
My mural is a lot like a postcard. As you'd see, it's got everything in Nelson pulled together, ranging from the scenery, the landmarks of the cathedral, the beaches and all the people, and just the general good environment it forms around you.
Kill them. Hope! Lies.
Several subjects at a senior level are provided in conjunction with the nearby Nelson College for Girls. Students often combine for drama and musical performances, and there are dances and social events at several times throughout the year. The school has a popular swing band, a concert band, a fine orchestra and several choirs.
My Lord, what a morning, when the stars begin to fall.
Music's always been very important at Nelson College. I mean, the school's over 150 years old, and even in the early days we've got records that show that there were musicians in the school. One of the things about it is that every boy can be involved, especially if it's singing, and of course we have a reputation for some of the finest assembly singing in New Zealand.
The school song, written by a former master in 1900, is sung with pride at the start of assembly. An important event in the musical calendar is the house choir competition. Every year there's keen competition between the school's 8 houses to be selected as best choir. There are at least 3 large-scale concerts each year, usually ending with a big sing, involving over 200 pupils.
One of my passions is music. I play in the concert orchestra and in a jazz band. Nelson Boys College has a good music department, so it was easy for me to say I want to come to Nelson Boys College. Another reason was that NCAA Level 3 is accepted in Germany. That means that I can go 1.5 years earlier to university. And of course, one reason was that I can improve my English.
The house system was first introduced to the school in 1927 and originated in the public schools of England, such as Eton and Harrow. Nelson College believes the house system leads to healthy competition and encourages a team spirit.
A tool which man has used to get another view of Earth.
The days of teaching at the chalk face are long gone. At Nelson College, teachers like Dr. Des Duthie bring vitality and passion to their lessons, and it's often a hands-on experience for the students as they get to grips with physics and science.
Unfortunately, bringing some new technology into the classroom doesn't necessarily motivate them because they might have seen it before. So I find basic construction activities are very, very successful. Students get involved in constructing and designing their constructions. So I've got 2 activities which involves a great deal of construction, and that is building rockets and firing them afterwards, and also building the micro-steam cars. The micro-steam cars develop their skills of soldering, cutting, and also design work to get maximum efficiency. And the rockets, of course, have a fantastic finale when we fire them.
3, 2, 1.
Of course, Ernest Rutherford is an old student of Nelson College and a magnificent example for our students and our future physicists to aspire to.
I like the opportunities that we've been given here, and especially in the sciences, do some really awesome experiments, and the teachers are great. They really bring the subjects to life.
And have you formatted it?
In this technology-driven world, the college recognises the need to provide its students with up-to-date computer skills. A large investment has been made in the latest computer hardware and software. The Learning Centre also provides more computers, and students are shown how to make best use of the library and internet to carry out research. Nelson College is the envy of many, as it has its own outdoor pursuits recreation facility on the outskirts of Nelson Lakes National Park, one of the most unspoilt natural environments in the world. With its warm, sunny climate, Nelson is a popular place to enjoy numerous outdoor pursuits. It's also a safe and beautiful place for boys to have a positive and structured experience of the great outdoors. Sporting achievement has been a cornerstone of Nelson College's proud history. The very first game of rugby to be played in New Zealand was between Nelson College and Nelson Football Club. Several members of the mighty All Blacks started their playing careers on this pitch, and every year the college has students selected to represent New Zealand in international tournaments. Not just rugby, but other sports too. You only have to examine the honours board to see national title holders in basketball, cricket, judo, rowing, softball, mountain biking, sailing, triathlon, cross-country. The list goes on.
I chose Nelson College because of the great, sporting opportunities here, and also I'm on scholarship at Nelson College, and I thought, it was the best place because there's great coaches. I mean, I can train with the best team in New Zealand, the Nelson Giants. It's a great place to improve your academic, forte as well.
The sporting facilities at Nelson College are extensive and continually being developed. For example, recently a new extension to the gymnasium was built. The boys had recognised a need for a fitness centre, and with the help of technology staff, they took on the responsibility for building it themselves. Starting with the technical drawing of the plans, through to calculating the cost of materials and building. They saw the project through from start to finish. The students even run their own cafe, Gargiulo's, named after a former headmaster. They serve meals to the public and run it as a profit-making business, using the skills learnt in food technology classes. To help each student form ideas for their chosen career, staff are on hand to offer guidance and advice and help them make the most suitable subject choices. From breakfast to bedtime every day, there are things to do and people to do them with.
What'd you get up to?
With up to 200 boarders living in 3 comfortable and spacious houses, it's possible for everybody to know everybody else.
So the next shape, which is a triangle, is just
New boys are assigned a buddy, a Year 13 student who will be their mentor and guide to help them settle in the first few weeks. Homework, or prep, is supervised in the boarding house, with tutors on hand to help every evening.
My grandfather and my father were here before me and said it was the best time of their lives, so I thought I'd come here as well, and so far it's been the exact same for me. I've been a boarder for 5 years and it's taught me independence, how to interact with others, and I've made some of the best friends that I'll cherish for the rest of my life.
Food is a very important factor in any boarder's life, and the boys can choose from a varied menu which includes healthy and nutritious options and caters for most dietary requirements. Nelson has a large regional hospital, and the college also has its own modern sanatorium with a 7-bed sick bay, 2 live-in after-hours senior nurse trainees and a full-time registered nurse. During the weekends and holidays, the boys can take full advantage of the college facilities. But the weekend is also about leisure time and relaxing. Nelson has all the facilities and amenities you would expect of a modern, multicultural city. It's very much an outdoors place, with its pavement cafes, open-air Saturday market, gorgeous sandy beaches, spectacular scenery and safe and friendly environment. Home for the boarders is one of 3 imposing boarding houses. They're all within walking distance of the main school and sit in their own gardens.
Well, we try to make it as much of a family home as we possibly can. With that in mind, we make sure that the staff and the students form close groups and look after each other. The staff's job really is to act as kind of like a parent, and the house is full of big brothers for the boys as well, especially the new ones coming in. So we really try to make it a positive, caring environment where the boys enjoy being and they look back on their time on boarding very fondly.
There's a range of accommodation: single rooms, shared cubes, or small junior dormitories. The boys can personalise them with their posters and possessions. There's no escaping their chores. Each boy must take responsibility for keeping his room tidy and washing his casual clothes. Often, after a hard day studying or a weekend full of activities, the boys like nothing more than to curl up in the common room and watch a good film or read a book. An alternative to boarding at the college is the homestay option. Boys live with a Nelson family and experience the New Zealand way of life, joining in with family activities and sharing their culture. Homestay families are carefully selected by the college and have to meet stringent standards. 1/3 of the international students choose to homestay. With its excellent reputation for achievement, proud history and innovative leadership programme, Nelson College is recognised nationally and internationally as a role model in education.
For us, the development of a boy through his time at Nelson College is a source of pride that when they leave here, that they will make their way in the world, that they will be good fathers, good employers or employees, and that they'll have a really clear picture of what's important in terms of values and ethics as a citizen going forward into their own countries. And I think given the wide range and diversity of boys that are here and the wide range and diversity of experiences, there's every opportunity for a boy to self-reflect, to develop strengths of character and to move forward.